In this exercise, we are going to start with this video. And we will end up with this result. I'll go to After Effects, right click, import file. I go to exercise 14. I double click on the video. I'm gonna click and drag the video here. Create a composition like this based on the video. And first thing I'm gonna do, I'm gonna double click on the video here and open it on its own layer. And I'm gonna do the rotoscoping using the roto brush tool. But before that, make sure the playhead is at 0 seconds and the view resolution is set to full so we can select the subject properly. I'm gonna select roto brush tool. I'm gonna press Control. I click and drag a little bit to the left. I'll make it a little bit smaller and I select my subject like this. Now I'm gonna zoom in. I'm gonna press Control, click and drag to the left. I'll make it smaller and continue my selection. Select all this. The leg. The face. The hair. Like this. I'm gonna zoom in. I'm gonna make the brush even smaller. Control, click and drag to the left. Select this, this, this. This part of the hand. I'm gonna remove this part, press Alt and remove it like this. Alt, I'm gonna remove all this area like this. I'm gonna zoom in here, select this part of the hoodie, press Control, click and drag. I'll make it even smaller and I select this part of the hoodie. I think I'm done with the selection. Now I come here, version, make sure it's 2 selected, and quality, I'm gonna choose the best quality. This is very important. And now I'm gonna press space and let it calculate. I wait for some time. And now it's done. Let's see our selection now. Play. Obviously we have a problem here. I'm gonna change the view to make it obvious. We have a problem here. I'm gonna play it one more time. This needs to be fixed. This white area needs to be removed. And this part of the hoodie was removed. We need to fix that also. I'm gonna go back here. around this moment. I make the brush very small and press Alt. I'm gonna remove this small white area, and now I'm gonna press space and let it calculate from here. Now it's fixed. I'm gonna go back a little bit here. Around here. I'll move to the next frame. I'm gonna press Control, click, and I'm gonna make the brush even smaller like this. I'm gonna press Alt, remove this area and remove this area. And I'm gonna press space, continue from here. I need to go back. Here. I'm gonna press Alt. I'm gonna remove this area and this area. I'm gonna move to the next frame, Control and right arrow. Control and right arrow. Alt. I'm gonna remove this. Like this. I'm gonna add this. Like this. Now I'm gonna press space, calculate from here. Now the problem is corrected here. Press space, let it continue. I'm gonna go back a little bit here. Right when the hoodie disappears, I'm gonna add this part like this. I add it to the selection, and from here I'm gonna press space and let it continue. And now it's fixed, as you see. Now it's done. Let's see the selection now. I think we have a good selection now. The only thing I don't like about the selection is the hair area. We are going to fix this using a new tool that we didn't see before. I'm gonna go back to 0 seconds, like this. I'm gonna come here, click and maintain, and I'm gonna choose this tool, Refine Edge tool. I let go. I'm gonna press Control and click and drag to the right. I'll make it bigger like this, about this size. Press Control. I'm gonna click and drag to the left a little bit, make it a little bit smaller like this. And with this tool, I'm gonna paint all over the edges of the hair like this. Like this. I'm gonna paint here a little bit and here a little bit. Make sure I cover all the edges of the hair like this. The playhead is at 0 second. It's very important. And from here, I'm gonna press space and let it calculate. And I'll wait for some time. It took a long time, but now it's done. And if I change the view, I click, and you notice now the selection is much better around the hair area, as you see. Once we are done with our selection, I can come here and click on freeze. And now the freezing is done. I can close this layer and go back to the composition. I'm gonna click on this video, Control D, and duplicate it. I'll go to the one in the bottom. I select it and I'm gonna delete Roto Brush. Delete like this. I'm gonna make this one invisible, and I'm gonna rename this one background. Like this. I'm gonna apply an effect. I'm gonna look for curves. Under color correction, curves, I drag and drop the effect, and I'm gonna make this background darker. I click here and drag it like this. I make it darker. This is before the effect and this is after. I'm gonna add another effect, which is a glitch effect. I'm gonna type glitch. And here under immersive video, we find the effect VR digital glitch. I'm gonna select this effect and drag and drop like this. We get this glitch effect. Here we have a random speed. When we change the value, you see what's happening in the screen. I'm gonna keep it at 0. I'm gonna put the playhead at 0 seconds. I click on the stopwatch. I create one keyframe here. I go all the way to the end and I'm gonna change this to 1000 like this. And now if I play, we get this result. I'm gonna bring back this layer. I'll make it visible. And the video is gonna look like this. I think this looks good. Now what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna duplicate this layer a few times. Control D, Control D, Control D, Control D. Now we have 5 copies of the same man, the same subject. I'm gonna select these 4 like this. I click here, I press shift and click here. I select these 4. Make sure you don't select the one on top. I'm gonna press P. I'm gonna put the playhead at 2 seconds exactly here. And now I'm gonna click on the stopwatch of the position. I create 4 keyframes, 1 for each layer. I'll go to 3 seconds. I need to deselect. I click away. I'm gonna select this one. I'm gonna click and move it to the right. I press shift to keep it on the same line like this. I'm gonna leave it right here. I'm gonna select this one, click and take it to the left. And I'm gonna place it right here. I'm pressing shift. I let go. I select this one right here. I move it to the right. I press shift. I'm gonna leave him right here. I'm gonna select this one and I'm gonna take him to the left, shift, and I'm gonna leave him right here. Make sure there's almost the same distance between all the heads like this. Now I'm gonna select all the keyframes and I'm gonna easy ease, press F9 like this. And now if I play, we get this effect. The rendering is taking too long. I'm gonna play it one more time. We get this effect. I'm gonna play the entire video now. The rendering is taking too long. If you want to make it faster, you can come here and change the resolution to the worst quality, quarter, like this. Now we have a bad quality, but it does render faster. And now it renders much faster. You can see the green bar is moving faster. And if the quality doesn't look good, this is just a preview. Don't worry, when you export, you will have the best quality. I'm gonna take this back to auto. The exercise now is finished. You go do the same and don't forget to save.